Hello friends, today I'm asking for just 5 minutes of your full attention, because those same 5 minutes, if used correctly every morning, could significantly impact how long and how well you live. Yes, you read that right. We're not talking about massive overhauls or strenuous workouts. What I'll share with you today are 5 simple actions: what you drink, how you move, and how you think, that when done during the first 5 minutes after waking up, can support your brain, your heart, and your independence for decades to come. And don't just take my word for it. Medical research is backing this up. Some longevity-focused studies show that adopting a few basic morning rituals can reduce stroke risk, keep your mind sharp, and maintain muscular strength well into your 80s and even 90s. Yet sadly, most people past 65 are either unaware of these habits or ignore them. But you're not most people. You're here because you want to take better care of your body and brain. And I admire that. So today, I'll walk you step by step through the exact 5-minute morning system that health professionals often refer to as a longevity accelerator, one that enhances physical energy, mental clarity, and long-term wellness. But before we jump in, I'd love to know your name and where you're watching from. Type it into the comments below. I genuinely enjoy seeing how far our health-focused community reaches across the world. And if this kind of practical, age-smart content speaks to you, make sure to subscribe and tap the notification bell. That way you'll never miss a video that might just help you or someone you love live a longer, fuller life. Let me share a quick story to set the stage. There's a gentleman I worked with named Frank. He's a 69-year-old retired mechanic from Michigan who, not long ago, felt like he was slowly slipping away. "I was stiff every morning," he told me. "My energy was gone by noon, and my doctor warned me my blood pressure was reaching a dangerous point." Frank had started to give up hope. That was until an old friend, also a retired nurse, passed along a short, 5-minute routine that changed everything. Frank was doubtful, of course. After all, what could 5 minutes possibly change? But as he said later, "I figured I had nothing to lose." And within weeks, things started turning around. 6 months in, his physician was speechless. His labs had improved, his blood pressure had stabilized, and his cholesterol had dropped without changing a single medication. At 71, Frank now feels stronger and sharper than he did at 55. So what did he change? Just 5 simple steps each morning. Nothing extreme, nothing complicated. Let's start with the first one, because it's where your body begins its day too. Hydration. Let's talk about the first and arguably most important step in your 5-minute morning longevity ritual: hydration. What most people don't realize is that by the time you open your eyes in the morning, your body is already significantly dehydrated. You've gone 6 to 8 hours, or more, without a single sip of water. And during that time, your body has quietly lost close to half a liter of fluid. How? Through your breath, sweat, and natural metabolic processes while you sleep. Even if you don't feel thirsty, your blood is thicker, your heart is working harder, and your brain isn't as sharp, all within minutes of waking. And that's not just theory. Doctors at top institutions like the Cleveland Clinic and Harvard Medical School agree that dehydration in the early morning hours is one of the most overlooked risk factors for stroke and heart attack, especially in adults over 65. Most cardiovascular emergencies happen between 6 and 11 a.m. Why? Because thickened blood and sluggish circulation in a dehydrated body can create the perfect storm for a clot or cardiac event. So how do you fix this? It's surprisingly simple. Step 1. The moment you wake up, before getting out of bed, before brushing your teeth, before your coffee, drink 16 ounces of room temperature water. That's about 480 milliliters, roughly 2 small glasses. Now let me be specific here. Room temperature is key. Cold water causes your blood vessels to contract, which can slow down circulation. But room temp water helps your body rehydrate gently and actually supports improved blood flow right where you need it, your heart and brain. Next, squeeze in 1/4 of a fresh lemon, just a wedge. Why? Because lemon is a natural source of vitamin C, potassium, and trace electrolytes. These help restore your body's internal balance, regulate blood pressure, and offer mild anti-inflammatory benefits to start the day on a cleaner, more energized note. This simple practice does more than hydrate. It wakes up your cardiovascular system, stimulates digestion, and improves your metabolism, all in under 1 minute. And remember, it's not just about what you drink, but when you drink it. Timing matters. That water needs to go into your system within the first minute of waking. Waiting too long can delay the benefits and leave your circulation sluggish at a time when it should be warming up and preparing your body for the day ahead. Frank, the man I mentioned earlier, says this one step alone made him feel more awake and steady in the mornings. No caffeine crashes, no early fatigue. It was like flipping a switch in my body, he said. I didn't realize how much I needed it until I felt the difference. Now, one important note. Don't replace water with coffee or tea first thing in the morning. Caffeinated drinks are diuretics, meaning they pull water out of your system and can actually increase dehydration if you haven't replenished fluids first. Start with water, always. So, just to recap, as soon as you wake up, sit up slowly and drink 16 ounces or 480 milliliters of room temperature water. Add a splash of lemon for bonus nutrients. Do this before anything else in your routine. That's it. It's your body's version of an internal jumpstart, and it only takes 60 seconds. After hydrating your system, the next step is to activate your circulation, and you need to do it within the first 60 seconds of getting out of bed. Now, you might be wondering why this is so urgent. Here's the science. When you lie still for 7 or 8 hours during the night, blood tends to pool in the lower parts of your body, especially your legs. Your blood vessels become less responsive. And when you stand up quickly in the morning, your brain may not get the oxygen-rich blood it needs right away. This is why many older adults experience lightheadedness, imbalance, or even fainting when rising too fast. It's also a reason why falls and strokes are most common in the early hours of the day. Your circulation hasn't caught up with your movement yet. So how do you protect yourself? Here's how to do it. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart right beside your bed. Raise both arms overhead slowly as you take a deep breath in. Gently bend forward at the waist, letting your arms dangle as you exhale. No need to touch your toes, just stretch comfortably. Slowly return to standing, and while you're at it, roll your shoulders back and down. Finish with 3 light knee raises, alternating legs, and circle your ankles and wrists for a few seconds. That's it. 1 minute total. A tiny investment with a massive return. This movement pattern does 3 essential things. Redistributes blood flow from the lower body to the upper body. Delivers fresh oxygen to the brain, improving clarity and alertness. Warms up joints and soft tissue, reducing stiffness and injury risk. According to Dr. Elena Tomas, a vascular health specialist, seniors who consistently perform light movement in the first 1 to 2 minutes of waking experience 40% better cerebral blood flow than those who stay still or move too abruptly. But here's something I often tell my patients. Don't rush this. The goal isn't to work up a sweat. The goal is to turn the key gently, so your heart, muscles, and mind all start in sync. If standing right away feels too challenging, you can modify. Begin with seated ankle pumps, shoulder circles, and neck stretches, then slowly progress to standing as you gain confidence. Let me share a quick story. One of my patients, June, age 72, used to wake up feeling foggy and slightly dizzy. After adding this 1-minute circulation reset to her mornings, she said, "It's like my brain turns on faster. I don't stumble around anymore. I actually feel steady when I walk to the kitchen." That's what we want for you too. A stable start, not a shaky one. So, before you check your phone, brew your coffee, or turn on the news, give your body the respect it deserves with 60 seconds of intentional movement. It's how you tell your brain, heart, and muscles, "I'm awake and I'm ready." Hydration and circulation are now working in tandem. This next step is something most older adults overlook, yet it's one of the biggest game changers when it comes to maintaining physical strength, mental clarity, and even warding off age-related decline. Step 3. Prioritize protein in the first 60 minutes of your day. What you eat in the first hour after waking plays a major role in how your body functions for the rest of the day, especially after age 60. Let's break this down simply. As we get older, we naturally lose muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. But here's the thing. This muscle loss doesn't just affect your strength. It impacts your balance, metabolism, immune system, and even brain function. The good news? You can slow or even reverse this process by getting enough high-quality protein in the morning, not just sometime during the day, but specifically within the first 60 minutes after waking. According to a 2021 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging, seniors who consume 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast retained significantly more lean muscle mass and reported better cognitive performance than those who consumed the same amount later in the day. Why? Because after a full night of fasting, your body is in a catabolic state, meaning it's breaking down tissue, including muscle, for energy. If you don't feed your muscles quickly, that breakdown continues. But if you give your body high-quality protein early, it switches into repair mode. Think of it this way. Protein is your morning builder. It sends a message to your body that it's time to rebuild, repair, and grow stronger, not weaker. So what should that breakfast look like? Here are a few simple, senior-friendly options. 2 boiled eggs, plus 1 slice of whole grain toast. Scrambled tofu with spinach and a side of berries. Greek yogurt, unsweetened, topped with flax seeds and chopped walnuts. Protein smoothie with almond milk, banana, a scoop of protein powder and cinnamon. Oatmeal with almond butter and chia seeds mixed in. The goal is 25 to 30 grams of protein, balanced with healthy fats and low glycemic carbs to keep your energy stable. Now here's a little bonus for those of you also concerned about brain health. Protein-rich breakfasts increase levels of tyrosine, an amino acid that boosts dopamine, the focus and motivation neurotransmitter. That means you're not just protecting your muscles, you're sharpening your mind too. One of my patients, Geraldine, age 74, used to skip breakfast entirely. I just wasn't hungry, she said, but she'd feel tired by 10 a.m., sluggish and foggy-headed. After we introduced a small high-protein breakfast, she told me, I finally feel like my brain is on when I wake up, and my legs aren't as weak when I walk the dog. So remember, don't skip your morning fuel. It doesn't have to be fancy, but it needs to be intentional. 25 to 30 grams of protein, within 1 hour of waking, combined with hydration and movement. When you follow these 3 steps, you're setting the tone for stronger muscles, steadier energy, and a sharper mind all day long. We've talked about hydrating your system, kickstarting circulation, and fueling your muscles and brain with protein. Now it's time for something just as vital, keeping your joints healthy and flexible through a daily dose of gentle movement. As we age, our joints naturally lose some of their range of motion. Stiffness in the knees, hips, shoulders, or spine can creep in and quietly limit your freedom over time. But here's the good news. Most of that stiffness is reversible if you move the right way every morning. Step 4. Gentle joint activation, 1 to 2 minutes. This part of the routine is short but powerful. Just 60 to 90 seconds of controlled joint movement each morning can help lubricate your joints, improve alignment, reduce pain, and help prevent falls, one of the leading causes of injury among seniors. Remember, your joints aren't just hinges. They're living systems that depend on synovial fluid, a natural lubricant that helps cushion the bones and reduce friction. But here's the catch. This fluid doesn't circulate on its own. It needs motion to get moving. You don't need to do a full yoga session. What you need is a simple mobility circuit that covers the major joints from top to bottom. Let's walk through the top-to-toe wake-up flow. Neck rolls. Slowly rotate your neck in a circle 3 times clockwise, then 3 times counterclockwise. This helps relieve tension and improve blood flow to the brain. Shoulder circles. Roll both shoulders forward and backward for 10 seconds each. This boosts posture and flexibility in the upper back. Wrist rolls. Make gentle fists and roll your wrists in both directions. Great for those with arthritis or stiffness in the hands. Hip circles. Place your hands on your hips and slowly rotate in a wide circle. This supports balance and joint range. Knee taps. While standing, gently lift one knee at a time toward your chest, alternating sides for 10 reps. If balance is a concern, do this near a chair or wall. Ankle circles. Sit down or hold onto a support and rotate your ankles slowly in both directions. You might be surprised how different you feel after just 1 round of this. Less stiffness, more fluidity, greater ease stepping out of the house or bending down. Dr. Rachel Longworth, a physical therapist specializing in aging mobility, says, the first 2 minutes after you rise can either support or sabotage your joint health for the day. Gentle mobility right after waking helps align the body and prevent injury. The key here isn't intensity, it's consistency. When you repeat small, intentional movements each day, your joints stay supple, your balance improves, and your body gets the message, I'm ready to move safely today. And here's a tip. Pair this with calming music or morning sunlight to lift your mood and reinforce the habit. It becomes less of a routine and more of a ritual. So far, you've hydrated your body, stimulated your circulation, nourished your muscles with protein, and mobilized your joints. Now it's time to wake up one of the most important parts of your body, your brain. Step 5. Activate your mind with reverse recall. As we age, our brain, like our muscles and joints, benefits from consistent, gentle stimulation. But the key isn't just doing crossword puzzles or brain games. It's about using targeted cognitive techniques that support memory, focus, and mental flexibility. That's where the reverse recall exercise comes in. This brain-boosting habit takes only 1 minute but delivers long-term protection for your memory and mental sharpness. It's simple, powerful, and based on cutting-edge neuroscience. Here's how it works. After completing your earlier morning steps, sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Now, mentally retrace your previous day. But in reverse. Start with the last thing you remember before going to bed. Maybe it was brushing your teeth. Then go back to the show you watched, the dinner you ate, the phone call you made, the walk you took earlier in the afternoon. Go step by step, from the end of the day to the beginning, visualizing moments, people, and details. Want to make it even more powerful? Add specifics. What were you wearing? What did you talk about? What was the weather like? What emotions did you feel during those moments? This may sound simple, but it's scientifically backed. According to cognitive aging studies from the University of Michigan and Oxford University, memory recall exercises like this help increase levels of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that protects existing brain cells and encourages the growth of new ones. Think of BDNF like Miracle-Gro for your neurons. And reverse recall? It's the watering can. Here's what happens when you do this regularly. You sharpen your short-term memory. You improve your attention span and ability to focus. You reduce the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. You increase your brain's neuroplasticity, its ability to adapt and rewire with age. It's especially powerful because it engages multiple brain areas at once: memory, imagination, spatial awareness, and emotion. One of my patients, Richard, age 73, told me he began doing reverse recall while sipping his morning tea. At first, he could only remember a few things. But after 2 weeks, he was mentally walking through entire days, including conversations, meals, and routines. It's like my mind is finally waking up again, he said. And that's exactly the point. This isn't about memorizing facts or doing drills. It's about strengthening the pathways that help you remember what matters most: your daily life, your relationships, your choices. It's about building a mental foundation that supports independence, confidence, and clarity. How to get started. Time needed, just 1 to 2 minutes. When? Right after your morning movement or breakfast. How? Sit, breathe, and start from the end of yesterday, working backwards. Bonus tip: keep a small notebook nearby and jot down any surprises or interesting thoughts that come up. This builds awareness and adds another memory layer. And if this becomes too easy, try going back 2 or 3 days instead of 1. Or include what you felt and thought, not just what you did. We've come to the final part of this journey. Let's recap the 5 essential steps you've just learned. Step 1. Hydrate before you even sit up. Drink 480 milliliters, about 16 ounces, of room temperature water with fresh lemon juice immediately after waking. This supports cardiovascular health, boosts metabolism, and reduces stroke risk. Step 2. Kickstart circulation in 60 seconds. Do a simple standing movement, arm raises, gentle knee lifts, shoulder rolls, to reset blood flow. This clears mental fog, energizes your body, and prevents morning dizziness or dangerous drops in blood pressure. Step 3. Feed your muscles with light protein. Eat a small source of high-quality protein within the first 30 minutes. A boiled egg, some Greek yogurt, or a protein shake helps stabilize blood sugar, prevent muscle loss, and keep energy steady all morning. Step 4. Loosen up your joints. Perform a short mobility sequence. Simple neck rolls, shoulder shrugs, hip rotations, and ankle circles improve flexibility, reduce stiffness, and protect against falls, one of the greatest risks as we age. Step 5. Activate your brain with reverse recall. Take just 60 seconds to mentally walk through the previous day in reverse order. This sharpens memory, boosts focus, and stimulates brain protective proteins like BDNF. You don't need fancy supplements. You don't need extreme workouts. You just need a few intentional minutes to tell your body and brain, we're still in this together. Let's make it a good day. So what's your next move? Will you try the hydration protocol tomorrow? Will you add the circulation reset to your morning walk? Or start practicing reverse recall with your tea? Leave a comment below and let me know which step you're most excited to try. I read every message, and I'd love to hear how it goes. And if you found this guide helpful, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell. There's so much more I want to share with you, because living well after 60 is not only possible, it's a choice we make every day. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Now go ahead, set your morning alarm 5 minutes earlier, and make tomorrow a step toward a stronger, sharper, more empowered you. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, stay curious, and stay moving forward.